Should you be playing the finals in 2024? Well, with over 170 hours in the game, I'm here to answer that question. Hello there everyone, it's Aidan here from Push Square, and yes, I am talking about the finals today, a free-to-play first-person shooter from Embark Studios. This game recently launched its 4th season of content, and I'm not gonna lie, I've been hooked on this game. I have been playing a lot of it. I was playing it just before recording, I was playing it last night, I'm thinking about playing it after doing this video as well. So that may be a bit of a spoiler in terms of whether I think you should be playing it. Yeah, I kinda do, but I'm gonna go a bit further than that. I want to break down exactly what makes this game so special and why I think you should be playing it in 2024. But for those out of the know, here's a quick explainer of what the finals actually is. In the main mode Cash Out, teams of 3 are tasked with capturing a cash box, carrying it to a set point, and then defending that point until their cash has been deposited. Once a deposit process is started, it does not stop, but possession of the capture can be stolen by one of the 2 other teams. In World Tour, which is ranked, light, or the actual ranked mode, this is bumped up to 4 teams across 2 rounds, with a final 3rd round acting as a head-to-head with one other team. The whole experience has this game show vibe with commentators, sponsors, and themed maps. This is a great looking game on the PS5 graphically and aesthetically. Now, I love my shooters. Cumulatively over the years, I have put thousands of hours into Call of Duty, into Battlefield, Apex Legends, Destiny, and when I tell you that the finals is a shot of adrenaline for the shooter genre, I really do mean it. This is a game that isn't focused on meta loadouts so much as it's focused on team play and tactics. You're not going to win anything by brute forcing your way through, at least not all of the time. If you're going up against a full team yourself, you're probably going to die. So what then is it that I find so exciting about this game? Well, for me, I think it's something that I would call simplistic complexity. I think from the outset this game comes across as rather simplistic. There's no crazy loadout customization in the same way that there is for Call of Duty, but there's enough choice there and a flexibility to the gameplay that make it have some real depth. Players can choose between light, medium and heavy builds, with each class having access to its own selection of weapons, gadgets and abilities. So for example, a light build character can rock an SMG with a grappling hook for increased maneuverability and a stun gun to slow down enemies. The medium focuses on more mid-range rifles like the AKM or the FCAR with a healing gun and defibs for quicker revives and heals. Then the heavy wields heavier hitting weapons like the double deagles, Lewis gun or the ever irritating flamethrower with the ability to use a winch to pull enemies or objects closer, and they can protect the squad with dome shields and barricades. Now while there is an element of choice there, like a medium being able to choose a dematerializer over the healing gun, it doesn't quite match the powerful meta builds of other shooter franchises. You're not getting into the nitty gritty of sights and handles and stocks to make the slightest of differences. The efficiency of a lot of weapons, gadgets and abilities in the finals is down to your own knowledge and skill level. Now yeah, sure, the meta does change. The medium CL40 grenade launcher, for example, was a bit of a problem at the start of Season 4, but how good you are at the game is down to you, not necessarily the gear that you use, which I think is the hallmark of a great shooter. I still remember watching Iniquity on YouTube years ago with his Titanfall 2 movement guides, and it vastly improved my experience with the game, and I get a similar sort of vibe here. You can put the time into learning the mechanics of the finals, and you're going to reap the rewards from that. Also, weapons and gear aren't leveled up outside of cosmetics, so everyone has access to the same gear, all of which has the same ability and potential. How it's used is all down to you. Now, which class and equipment you choose can also drastically change your tactics in the game. Lights are fantastic flankers with high DPS and an emphasis on dipping in and out of combat, whereas heavy builds can change the terrain by destroying the surrounding buildings. Destruction is also a key component to the finals. Unlike Battlefield, which has destruction on a preset path, so a building is either whole, damaged or destroyed, the Finals destruction is much more dynamic. Buildings can be damaged and destroyed in any regard, and when they start to collapse, they break down into individual pieces which can still be scaled and traversed. The destruction massively mixes up the pace of gameplay. For one, you can't just camp in a corner because that corner could be completely decimated in seconds. Then you have to consider where your enemies are coming from. They can come from below or above or the side. Multi-level fights are quite commonplace in the Finals, with verticality and destruction working together to make fights feel like a game of chess in shooter format. I remember the good old days of Battlefield when you had that awesome classic Battlefield moment. The Finals is filled to the brim with those types of gameplay scenarios, with my mates forever clipping insane plays and massive clutches. There's also massive scope to play around with the Formula 2 thanks to its game show theme. There are jump pads placed everywhere, canisters for gas, fire, explosion, electrical glitches and goo walls either in the corridors or streets or just hanging above. Then there are the game show events like low gravity, meteor shower, mega damage, alien invasion, all just extra strings in the gameplay bow that spice up the variety and engagement in matches. And just because I haven't touched on it, the gameplay itself is so smooth and feels pinpoint accurate. The traversal itself is a highlight for me, with jump pads and zip lines and being able to zip around with your various abilities as well. When I first saw clips of this game, I thought there was no way it was running on consoles, or there was no way it would look and run this well. But the gameplay, the performance, the graphics, it all makes it a genuine wonder on the PS5. But let's talk about monetization for a moment. It's a touchy subject, and rightly so. Some people feel that they don't want to pay full price for a game anymore, and others want to get everything for free in a free-to-play game as well. I think there's a little bit of a balancing issue there. Maybe that's for another video. But I do think whatever the Finals is doing, it's doing it pretty damn well. Now, I've never been a big cosmetics guy across Call of Duty or Battlefield or even Fortnite. I've never really been in on like spending real money for cosmetic skins. The most I'd ever spent in a game prior to the Finals was Apex Legends, and it was never more than £20, and that's across over 500 hours. What's different about the Finals though is it has some of not only just the coolest cosmetics in a game, but it does so that you are able to make the cosmetics your own. It's all about style and customization. So in the game you can buy the season pass for less than a tenner, but the store will also update every week with new cosmetics for outfits, weapons and even things like reload animations. Quite often you can buy an outfit for roughly £15, but it will also come with enough coins for the battle pass or another outfit. What's especially cool about it all though is that it's not just one preset outfit. Your character outfit can be customized across the face, hair, facial hair, eyes, headwear, facewear, body paint, upper body, crossbody, badge, upper back, lower back, wrist, hands, lower body and feet. So, for every cosmetic you buy or unlock in the battle pass or earn through the masters or sponsored challenges, they are all individual items that can be mixed and matched. My light build right now is rocking the Masters Challenge jacket from Season 2, pair of trousers from this season's Battle Pass, a detective hat and retro M11 skin from the store, along with various other apparel that I've unlocked across my time with the game. It almost taps into that feeling of Destiny back in the day where developers would say, a player's going to know what you've done, they're going to know that you have put a lot into this game based on the weapons you're wielding and the clothes that you're wearing, and I feel like there's an element of that here with the Finals. I have to say, the free track stuff that you get for free in the game just by leveling up with the base leveling system, it's kind of shit, to be honest, I'm not gonna lie. Obviously Embark wants you to spend money on the game, and this is a sort of easy way to encourage you to do that because you have some of the coolest designs you've ever seen in the Battle Pass, and then it'll be like a blue pair of jeans and a brown hoodie. It's never quite compatible in that way, so it is pushing you in a sense, but I have to say the stuff that's in the Battle Pass is genuinely really cool. The stuff that comes up in the store almost every week, I'm like, that's cool, I would like that. I feel like there's too many shooters out there that just stuff their battle passes full of utter rubbish. I am sick of seeing another coloured version of the same camo. It happens all the time. I'm bored of it. But every season that I have played of the finals, there's always plenty in the battle pass at the very least that I really want to try out in my character. Ultimately, it doesn't really matter. You don't need to pay for the cosmetics. It doesn't impact your performance. It's not pay to win. I just really love crafting up my own character and style along with my teammates. It's led to some really, really cool pre-game moments like this one. All said and done, do I think you should be playing the finals in Season 4? Absolutely. I think this is one of the freshest shooters to come about in years, and they've made a lot of changes in Season 4 that can help with retention as well. We've had a switch from terminal attack, which is basically search and destroy, as your ranked mode. That's now the main cash out mode, so ranked is far more fun. We've seen season sponsors come into it now, so every player has to choose one of the 3 and each has a track of free rewards that are actually cool. I like it as well because it means not everyone's getting the same new jacket as an example. There's a mix up between the different sponsors, and once you've chosen one, that's you for the season. And then there's the new map Fortune Stadium, which has big Mirror's Edge vibes, and it's the 6th map in rotation now, and that's on top of the other modes like Power Shift, which is a 5v5 tug of war mode. And of course, if you're talking to go competitive, you've basically got 2 tiers, 2 ranked, with World Tour, slightly less sweaty, and ranked, very sweaty. So there's degrees of how into it you want to go, how competitive you want to get, and it's a pretty full experience for a free-to-play game. I think from the start this game was always great, but now with Season 4 it really feels like it's kicking things up a notch. It's easily one of the most energetic shooters on the market. The base mode cash out, the pacing and the dynamics to that game mode just make it endlessly replayable, and being on with mates, you know, getting tactical, working together, it is proper euphoric gameplay stuff. So do I think you should play the finals? Yes, I absolutely do. Anyway, I hope I've showcased why I think the finals is worth your time. Let me know if you've checked out the game down in the comments below, and remember to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more PlayStation video content. Anyway, until next time, I've been Aaron, and this has been Push Square.